Hey everyone, and welcome. So today we're going to dive into the really exciting, fast-changing world of logistics in East Africa. And we're going to unpack this massive opportunity by looking at the story of one company that's right in the middle of it all.
All right, let's just start with this number, $36.8 billion. That's the projected value of the logistics market in East Africa by 2033. I mean, wow, that's a huge number, and it points to some seriously incredible growth and potential.
So yeah, that massive number, that's what this is all about. It's a mind-boggling opportunity for sure. But, and there's always a but, right? It also comes packed with some pretty big challenges. And really, that's the whole story right there. It's like two sides of the same coin. On one side, you've got this insane market growth just waiting to be tapped into. But on the other side, businesses are dealing with some very real, very frustrating obstacles on the ground. We're talking about things like infrastructure gaps, nightmarish traffic, and these super complex customs procedures that can just grind everything to a screeching halt.
So that leads to the big question, right? With all that money on the table, how does a company actually get in there and succeed without just getting totally stuck in the mud? Well, it turns out the answer often comes down to finding the perfect partner.
And that's where our source material for this explainer brings in Semliner Xpress Logistics. Now, pay attention to that word, partner. They're positioning themselves as way more than just a typical service provider.
And this, right here, really gets to the heart of it. They're not just about moving boxes from point A to point B. I mean, anyone can do that. No, the whole idea is that they're a strategic ally, someone who's actively in your corner, helping your business not just survive, but really thrive in this tough environment. That's a really powerful idea.
Okay, so how do they actually pull this off? What's in their toolkit? Well, the source breaks it down into three key things. First up, they've got a whole menu of shipping options: air, sea, land, basically tailoring the solution to whatever you need. Then, and this is a big one, they handle all that messy customs paperwork. They have specialists who just deal with all those crazy regulations so you don't have to. And finally, they offer expert freight forwarding to make the whole supply chain, from the very beginning to the very end, just run smoothly.
All right, I know what you're thinking. A lot of companies offer those services, right? So what's the secret sauce? What makes these guys different? Let's dig into what the source material says makes them stand out from the competition.
And a huge part of the answer is this number right here, 21. That's 21 years of experience. Now think about that. In a place where a shipment can literally get stuck at a border for days on end, that kind of deep, on-the-ground knowledge isn't just a nice-to-have. It's a massive competitive advantage.
And this is where it all comes together. They take that experience and they supercharge it. It's not just about knowing the old-school way of doing things. It's about blending that wisdom with modern tech. So they use stuff like advanced tracking systems so you always know where your shipment is. They act as compliance gurus, navigating all those different regulations. And they use their deep, deep knowledge of the region's key trade routes, like the Northern Corridor, to keep things moving.
Okay, so they've got the experience, they've got the tools, but does it actually work? Let's see what their clients have to say, and then we'll look at where they're headed. Wow, you really can't get a better endorsement than that. A client literally calling them a game changer for their business. And listen to that word, seamless. That is the magic word. That is exactly what you want to hear when you're trying to navigate these complicated supply chains. It hits right at the heart of solving those big obstacles we talked about at the beginning.
And here's another one that just doubles down on that whole partnership idea. I mean, the word indispensable. That's huge. That tells you this has gone way beyond just a simple business deal. This is a core relationship built on trust and reliability. They've become a crucial part of how their client's business runs.
So these testimonials really lead right into their official vision, and it kind of wraps up everything we've been talking about, doesn't it? Their goal isn't just to be the biggest, but to be the best, to be known for being innovative, for having integrity, and for just being excellent at what they do. That's the star they're shooting for. And finally, to wrap it all up, the source material lays out a clear call to action with all the contact info for any businesses out there that want to learn more. So as we finish up here, I want to leave you with this one big question to chew on. In a market that's going to be worth almost $37 billion, a market that's just brimming with opportunity, but also loaded with risk, could it be that finding the right strategic partner, not just a shipping company, but a true ally, is the single most important piece of the entire puzzle? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me.